Hey guys, just a little project here that thought I would bring to you. My daughter, she's been driving around town with her windshield seal hanging off, embarrassed, and she wants Dad to fix it. It's super weathered. It's, I don't know how old this seal is, but it's getting dried up and falling apart. But I want to do a quick job on it. And maybe replace it properly in the future. But for now, we're going to clean it up and get some silicone around the edge here, and we'll see if we can clamp it down. So let's get started. I just got a bucket with soapy water, and I got one of these brushes which will fit in here quite well to get any of the loose stuff in there, and of course a wet rag and a dry rag to finish cleaning it out. So let's get going on it. It's actually not so dirty in here, but more so at the top actually. Just want to make sure that if you're going to be putting new silicone down, that you don't put it on top of a bunch of pine needles and whatnot. That's pretty cool. I'm going to get under here too. I'm actually going to put silicone under this side as well. Just to make sure that we get a really good bond. We'll wipe it out now with the cloth. Just get that in there. Yeah, you can see it's getting pretty dirty here. There we go. Looks pretty clean. Take our dry cloth. Make sure you also get the cloth right down deep in there and dry it out. I mean, you could just use like a blow dry or something if you wanted to save time. All right, so don't ask me why I have 4 caulking guns. I accumulated them over time, and but what I have noticed is they're not all created equal, and I thought it'd be interesting to show you the difference. A lot of them you're probably familiar with have this tab here. Basically, you push down, and then you can push this into the tube, depending on how much is in the tube, and then you just start squeezing. And all the ones I have are like that, except for this one here. And I thought, this is pretty cool. It can be pulled out, right? And pushed in just by itself without needing that. And it still works. As you can see, it keeps on pushing it forward as I pull the trigger. So I thought that's pretty cool. And the other thing I thought is really awesome is that these ones have a little hole here for you to put the the tip of the silicone tube in to cut it off, and so you can make sure that the bead that you're doing is the right size. So you just stick it in there, and you'll see there's like a little blade in there that just chops it off when you pull the trigger. So that's kind of neat. So that's something to look for when you're trying to find one. I noticed that this one is pretty much brand new. It has it as well. Just that little hole, it's right there. But I guess it's got to be, oh yeah, it has to be opened a bit more in order for that to work, but that one's got it. These ones don't. This is probably the worst one I have. And another thing to kind of look for when you're getting a caulking gun is that it has a little wire here that you can just fold that out. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera with one hand, but that comes out like that. You can unclog the silicone tube, the tip of it, to get it flowing again. So just little things that you want to look for when you're getting a caulking gun. Alright guys, so we got our caulking in our gun, and well, this is how much I cut off. And I cut it off at an angle here. I don't know if you can see that, just to make it easier to apply. So I'm going to start here at the top and just do a fine bead. So all the way along. And then all the way down the side. Keep a continuous bead going if you can. Just a little bit up here. Kind of missed it. There. And then you can just take a nail like this one here and just pop it in the end, just to keep it from there. Give it a little dab. And I'm just going to wipe off any excess that was applied to the window itself. I'm just going to start at the top and make sure that this seal is in as best as it can be. It in with your fingers. This stuff takes about 4 hours to dry, I believe, so don't plan on going anywhere too soon. Alright, so we've done that top part. Let's make sure it's snug all the way up against the edge of the windshield so that we don't get water leaking in. Now we're going to start here with the top. That corner in there to start. Just try not to get any of the silicone on your window as you're moving this thing around. It's not easy to get off. Just work that in here. There we go. It's as tight as we can get it. Just by hand, because we're going to use a couple pieces of wood for this middle part, which is difficult to get in, and then we're going to use clamps in order to clamp it down. So let me get that. Okay, so I've got a couple pieces of wood here. This one here, watch out for the nails of course. It's just going to go here. And I try to clamp it here and here, and on the other side, inside the window, I'm going to use this piece here. Willie, what you doing, boy? What you doing over there? Huh? You eating nuts? You're not allowed to eat nuts. Who do you think you are, huh? Well, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. You're a silly boy. All right, so I got it all clamped up here. These clamps are really easy to use. I find them super handy. And I mean, I didn't overdo it in terms of tightening it up, because I didn't want to wreck anything. But the idea is just to kind of keep it tight until it hardens. And I mean, this vehicle it's on its last legs. It needs a lot of work. It's a 2003 Nissan X-Trail. The mufflers, like, I think the exhaust needs to be replaced. The bearings are gone. God knows what else is wrong with it. But hopefully my daughter won't have a rubber seal flapping in her face when she's driving. So hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.